Hello everybody, welcome to the 1961 Formula World Cup. Now, after completing our first decade of the Formula World Cup, it's now time to move to a new decade and time to see who will be our new champions within this decade. And without further ado, let's take a look at the 1961 drivers lineup. And here are our first four teams. We've got number 1 being West Germany with Wolfgang von Trips, Hans Hermann, Herbert Lynch and Paul Ernst Strahel. Team number 2 being the United Kingdom with drivers like Sterling Moss, Ines Ireland, Jim Clark and Tony Brooks. Team number 3 consists of the United States with Phil Hill, Dan Gurney, Richie Ginther and AJ Foyt. And Mexico rounds off the first 4 teams with Pedro Rodriguez, Ricardo Rodriguez, Fred Van Buren and Carlos Salas. Moving further down, we've got Belgium as team number 5 with the 6th team being France. Number 7 is Italy and Switzerland round off our first 8 teams for this season. Last and not least, we have got a new team in the Formula 1 World Cup. Australia making their first appearance with Jack Brabham, Paul Hawkins, Lex Davison and Bib Stelwell to represent the team. And Canada making their return to the Formula World Cup with Peter Ryan, Ludwig Heimris, Francis Bradley and Ed Levins. So that's our 10 teams for the season. Let's take a look at the group lineup. And here is our group lineup. In group number 1, I think the immediate favourite, in my opinion, is going to be Richie Ginther, with Ines Ireland and Fred Van Buren having an outside shot to be able to take group 1. In group 2, got a very strong lineup with Sterling Moss, AJ Foyt, Olivier Guindebian, Maurice Trintignant, Lorenzo Bandini and Jack Brown. So it's going to be quite the battle to win group B. In Group C, Wolfgang von Trips, Tony Brooks, Phil Hill and William Moraes are definitely the ones that I think we need to be on the lookout for. And Group D with Hans Hermann, Jim Clark, Dan Gurney and Giancarlo Baghetti are the ones to watch. But without further ado, let's jump right into Group A and see how things will be kicking off. And here we go, it is the first group of the 1961 Formula 1 World Cup. And without further ado, let's just get into the first race of Group A, which will be the 12-hour Sebring, which is going to be won by Ines Ireland of the United Kingdom, Paul Hawkins second for Australia, Gaston Andre is third for Switzerland, Herbert Lynch is fourth for West Germany, and Fred Van Buren rounding off your top 5 for Mexico. And off to race number 2 we go to the Targa Florio, and it's Lucien Bianchi that takes the win for Belgium, Paul Hawkins second for Australia, Jean Gouchet is third for France, Vito Coco fourth for Italy, and Francis Bradley rounds off the top 5 for Canada. And moving to race number 3 we go to Monaco, and Gaston Andre takes the win, Fred Van Buren second for Mexico, Lucien Bianchi is third for Belgium, Herbert Lynch is fourth for West Germany, and Francis Bradley rounds off your top 5 for Canada. And to complete the first quarter of Group A, we go to Zandvoort in the Netherlands, and Jean Gouchet takes the win for France, Herbert Lynch is second, Paul Hawkins third for Australia, Fred Van Buren fourth for Mexico, and Richie Ginther for the United States rounds off your top 5. So 4 races in, and leading the way it is Paul Hawkins of Australia with 65 points. Jean Gouchet is second with 61 points. And then we have a 3-way tie for third. Lucien Bianchi of Belgium, Gaston Andre, Switzerland, and Herbert Lynch of West Germany with 55 points each. With Richie Ginther of the United States bottom of the board with 32 points. And going over to race number 5, we head to the 1,000 kilometers of the Nürburgring. Francis Bradley wins for Canada, Gaston Andre second for Switzerland, Fred Van Buren third for Mexico, Paul Hawkins fourth for Australia, and Vito Coco rounds off the top 5 for Italy, with Jean Gouchet finishing at the bottom of the board in 10th position. As we go to race number 6, we go to the Indy 500, and Vito Coco wins for Italy, Herbert Lynch is second for West Germany, third is Ines Ireland for the United Kingdom, Paul Hawkins fourth for Australia, and Jean Gouchet rounds off the top 5 for France. And going over to race number 7, we head to the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and Francis Bradley takes the win for Canada, Jean Gouchet second for France, Vito Coco third for Italy, Fred Van Buren is fourth for Mexico, and to round off the top 5 is Gaston Andre of Switzerland, as Australia's Paul Hawkins is down in 8th position. And to complete the first half of Group A, we head to Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Jean Gouchet takes the win, Richie Ginther second for the United States, third is Ines Ireland of the United Kingdom, Lucien Bianchi fourth for Belgium, and Herbert Lynch rounds off the top 5 for West Germany as Paul Hawkins finishes in 6th position at that race. So halfway to Group A, leading the way is now Jean Gouchet with 123 points, Paul Hawkins is second for Australia with 109, Gaston Andre third for Switzerland with 104. Herbert Lynch for West Germany is fourth with 101 points, and Francis Bradley of Canada rounds off the top 5 with 100 points, as Richie Ginther is bottom of the board as it stands with 76 points. Going over to race number 9 to start the second half, we head to France, and Gaston Andre takes the win for Switzerland. Fred Van Buren second for Mexico, Richie Ginther third for the United States, Francis Bradley fourth for Canada, and Vito Coco rounds off the top 5 for Italy, as Paul Hawkins takes sixth for Australia, and Sean Gucci's home race finishes in last place. And race number 10, we go to Pikes Peak. Innes Ireland takes the win for the United Kingdom. Lucien Bianchi second for Belgium. Vito Coco third for Italy. Richie Ginther is fourth for the United States. And Paul Hawkins rounds off the top 5 for Australia, as Sean Goodshit has another bad race, finishing in 8th place. And going over to race number 11, we head to Aintree in the United Kingdom. Vito Coco wins for Italy. Herbert Lynch is second for West Germany. Paul Hawkins is third for Australia. Fred Van Buren is fourth for Mexico. And Gaston Andre rounds off the top 5 for Switzerland, as another bad result for Sean Goodshit, finishing in last position. As to complete the third quarter of Group A, we head to the Nürburgring. Herbert Lynch wins for West Germany. Lucien Bianchi is second for Belgium. Innes Ireland is third for the United Kingdom. Francis Bradley is fourth for Canada, and Fred Van Buren rounds off the top 5 for Mexico, as Australia's Paul Hawkins is 9th, and Sean Goodshit of France is in 8th. So 4 races left to go. Leading the way in Group A, it is Herbert Lynch with 164 points. Gaston Andre goes into second for Switzerland with 156 points, one more than Innes Ireland of the United Kingdom, which is one further more than Vito Coco of Italy, and one further more of Paul Hawkins, who rounds off the top 5 with 153 points, with bottom of the board in Group A being Richie Ginther with 125 points. Going over to race number 13, we head to Silverstone, and Innes Ireland takes the win for the United Kingdom. Richie Ginther is second for the United States. Sean Goodshit is third for France. Francis Bradley fourth for Canada, and Fred Van Buren rounds off the top 5 for Mexico, as Herbert Lynch is in 9th and Gaston Andre in last position. And going on to race number 14, we go to the 4 Hours of Pescara. Herbert Lynch takes the win for West Germany. Paul Hawkins second for Australia. Lucien Bianchi is third for Belgium, as Ireland fourth for the United Kingdom. And Vito Coco rounds off the top 5 for Italy, as Gaston Andre finishes in 6th position. And to the penultimate race, race number 15, we go to Monza. Fred Van Buren takes the win for Mexico. Vito Coco second for Italy. Herbert Lynch third for West Germany. Lucien Bianchi fourth for Belgium. And Gaston Andre rounds off the top 5 for Switzerland. And for the 16th and final race, which is at Watkins Glen, Paul Hawkins takes the win for Australia. Lucien Bianchi second for Belgium. Fred Van Buren third for Mexico. Herbert Lynch is fourth for West Germany. And Francis Bradley rounds off the top 5 for Canada, as Gaston Andre finishes in 9th position. And the winner of Group A, it is Herbert Lynch with 225 points. Paul Hawkins is second for Australia with 217 points. Fred Van Buren goes into third for Mexico with 212 points. Then a tie for fourth between Innes Ireland and Lucien Bianchi of the United Kingdom and Belgium with 208 points. Vito Coco is sixth for Italy with 203 points. In seventh is Gaston Andre for Switzerland with 190 points. 8th is Sean Goodshit of France with 188 points. Francis Bradley in 9th for Canada with 183 points. And Richie Ginther, bottom of Group A with 166 points for the United States. Before we head over to Group B, let's take a look at the overall standings. So after Group A, Herbert Lynch takes a surprising lead in the individual championship, with West Germany leading the way, with Australia in their debut season in second position. I'm still surprised to see Richie Ginther bottom of the board after Group A, to see him in 10th position, and the United States currently in 10th position in the nation's table. Was not expecting such a result this to happen, but with the Formula World Cup, anything is possible. And without further ado, let's now move over to Group B. And here we go, it's off to Group B for the 1961 Formula World Cup, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Race number 1, the 12 Hours of Sebring, which is going to be won by Lorenzo Bandini of Italy, Maurice Trintignant second for France, Olivier Gendebien third for Belgium, Sterling Moss is fourth for the United Kingdom, and Paul Arnstrahl rounds off the top 5 for West Germany. And going over to race number 2, we head to Targa Floreal. Carl Foyt takes the win, with Paul Arnstrahl second for West Germany, Lorenzo Bandini is third for Italy, Ed Levens is fourth for Canada, and AJ Foyt rounding off your top 5. And going over to race number 3, it's Monaco. Jack Brabham takes the win for Australia. Sterling Moss second for the United Kingdom. Carl Foytik third for the Switzerland. Ed Levins is fourth for Canada. And Maurice Trintignant rounding off your top 5 for France. And to complete the first quarter of Group B, we go to the Netherlands. Jack Brabham takes the win. Ricardo Rodriguez second for Mexico. Ed Levins is third for Canada. Paul Anstrahal is fourth for West Germany, and Sterling Moss rounds off your top 5. And so 4 races in to Group B, leading the way, it is Jack Brabham with 69 points. Carl Foytik is second for Switzerland with 57 points. Lorenzo Bandini third for Italy with 53 points. And then we have a tie for 4th, Ed Levins and Paul Anstrahal of Canada and West Germany with 52 points each, with AJ Foyt of the United States bottom of the board as we see with 31 points. And going over to race number 5, we head to the 1,000 kilometers of the Nürburgring. Olivier Gindebian wins for Belgium. Maurice Trintignant second for France. Paul Anstrahal is third for West Germany. Ricardo Rodriguez fourth for Mexico. And AJ Foyt rounds off the top 5 for the United States as Carl Foytik takes 6th and Jack Brabham in 9th position. And going over to race number 6, we head to the Indy 500. Carl Foytik takes the race win. AJ Foyt is second for the United States. Lorenzo Bandini third for Italy. 4th is Olivier Gindebian. And Sterling Moss rounds off the top 5 as we have Jack Brabham finishing in 6th position. And going over to race number 7, we head to the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Sterling Moss takes the win with Jack Brabham second for Australia. Ed Levins is third for Canada. Lorenzo Bandini fourth for Italy. And Carl Foytik rounds off the top 5 for Switzerland. And to complete the first half of Group B, we go to Belgium with Ricardo Rodriguez taking the win for Mexico. Paul Anstrahal is second for West Germany. Ed Levins is third for Canada. 4th is AJ Foyt of the United States, and Jack Brabham rounds off the top 5 for Australia as Carl Foytik takes 8th position. And so we're halfway into Group B, and leading the way, it is Jack Brabham with 117 points. Carl Foytik is second for Switzerland with 111 points. Sterling Moss in third with 104 points, one more than Paul Anstrahal in fourth for West Germany with 103, and Lorenzo Bandini rounds off the top 5 with 98 points for Italy, as AJ Foyt is still at the bottom of the board with 85 points. And going to race number 9, we go to France, and AJ Foyt takes the win with Paul Anstrahal second for West Germany. Ed Levins is third for Canada, Olivier Gindebian is fourth for Belgium, and Carl Foytik rounds off the top 5 for Switzerland as Jack Brabham takes 7th position for Australia. And going over to race number 10, it is Pikes Peak, and Sterling Moss takes the win. Jack Brabham is second for Australia, Olivier Gindebian is third for Belgium, Ed Levins is fourth for Canada, and Paul Anstrahal rounds off the top 5 for West Germany as Carl Foytik takes 9th place in this race. And going to race number 11, we head to the United Kingdom Aintree. Jack Brabham takes the win for Australia. Olivier Gindebian is second for Belgium. Paul Anstrahal is third for West Germany. Lorenzo Bandini is fourth for Italy. And Ricardo Rodriguez rounds off the top 5 for Mexico as Carl Foytik takes 6th place. And to complete the third quarter of Group B, we go to West Germany. Sterling Moss takes the win, with Jack Brabham second for Australia. Carl Foytik is third for Switzerland. Ed Levins is fourth for Canada. And Maurice Trintignant rounds off the top 5 for France. And so with 4 races left to go, leading the way, it is still Jack Brabham with 191 points, with Sterling Moss now in second with 171 points. In third, Paul Anstrahal is third for West Germany with 158 points. Fourth is Carl Foytik of Switzerland with 155 points. And Olivier Gindebian for Belgium rounds off the top 5 with 152 points. And bottom of the board, it is AJ Foyt of the United States with 130 points. And so we go to race number 13, we head to Silverstone. Sterling Moss takes the win with Jack Brabham second for Australia. Lorenzo Bandini is third for Italy. Ed Levins is fourth for Canada. And Carl Foytik rounds off the top 5 for Switzerland. And going over to race number 14, we head to the 4 hours at Pescara, and Sterling Moss wins again with Maurice Trintignant second for France. Carl Foytik is third for Switzerland. Ricardo Rodriguez fourth for Mexico, and Lorenzo Bandini rounds off the top 5 for Italy as Jack Brabham finishes bottom of the board in 10th place. And going to race number 15, we go to Monza, and Jack Brown takes the win for Australia. Maurice Trintignant second for France. Third is Ricardo Rodriguez of Mexico. Olivier Guedebien fourth for Belgium, and Ed Levens rounds off the top 5 for Canada, as Sterling Moss finishes down in 9th place for the United Kingdom. And for the 16th and final race, we go to Watkins Glen in the United States, and Ricardo Rodriguez takes the win for Mexico. Jack Brown is second for Australia. AJ Foyt is third for the United States. Fourth is Lorenzo Bandini of Italy, and Sterling Moss rounds off your top 5. And the winner of Group B, it is Jack Brabham with 262 points, with Sterling Moss finishing in second with 239 points. In third is Karl Wojtek for Switzerland with 198 points. Ricardo Rodriguez is fourth from Mexico with 194 points, one more than Paul Ernst Strahel. In fifth, West Germany with 193. In sixth is Olivier Guedebien of Belgium with 189 points, one more than Maurice Trintignant in seventh with 188. Ed Levens of Canada is 8th with 186 points, with Lorenzo Bandini of Italy in 9th with 181 points. And down at the bottom of the board of Group B is AJ Foyt with 170 points. So with that group out of the way, let's now take a look at the overall standings and see where everything stacks up before we head over to Group C. So with the most competitive group of the season out of the way, we can see Australia lead the way in the Nations Championship on their debut season. What a season they're having already, with the United Kingdom in second and West Germany having in a very solid third position. Meanwhile, the United States are having a nightmare of a season. Both of their drivers in the bottom two positions. AJ Foyt in 19th, Richard Ginther 20th, and they are currently sitting bottom of the Nations competition. With two groups left to go, is it too late for the United States and Canada to turn their fortunes around? Without further ado, let's jump right in and we'll find out. And here we go, we move swiftly over to Group C, and without further ado, let's get into the first race of Group C. Race number 1, the 12-hour Sebring, and it's going to be won by Phil Hill at his home race. Umberto Bini is second for Italy, Carlos Salas is third for Mexico, Lex Davison fourth for Australia, and Willie Maurice rounding off the top 5 for Belgium. And going over to race number 2, we head to Targa Florio, and Phil Hill wins again. Tony Brooks is second for the United Kingdom, Lex Davison third for Australia, Peter Ryan is fourth for Canada, and Willie Maurice rounding off your top 5. And going to race number 3, we head to Monaco, and Phil Hill wins again, with Wolfgang von Trips taking second. Andre Wicki is third for Switzerland, Carlos Salas is fourth for Mexico, and Willie Maurice rounds off the top 5. And to complete the first quarter of Group C, race number 4, it is the Netherlands, and Phil Hill once again taking another win. Carlos Salas is second for Mexico, Willie Maurice is third for Belgium, Lex Davison fourth for Australia, and Tony Brooks rounds off the top 5. So after 4 races, unsurprisingly leading the way it is Phil Hill after winning all 4 races so far. Carlos Salas is second for Mexico, then it's a 3-way tie for third. Lex Davison for Australia, Willie Maurice for Belgium, and Wolfgang von Trips for West Germany, all sharing 49 points each, with Peter Ryan from Canada bottom of the board with 33 points. And now moving on to race number 5, we go to the 1,000 kilometers of the Nürburgring, and it's another win for Phil Hill, with Carlos Salas in second for Mexico, Wolfgang von Trips third for West Germany, Willie Maurice fourth for Belgium, and Lex Davison rounds off the top 5 for Australia. In race number 6, we go to the Indy 500, and finally Phil Hill has not won a race. Carlos Salas wins, with Phil Hill in second, Jose Rosinski is third for France, Wolfgang von Trips is fourth for West Germany, and Lex Davison rounds off the top 5 for Australia. And moving over to race number 7, we go to the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and Phil Hill goes back to winning, with Peter Ryan in second for Canada, William Maurice is third for Belgium, Tony Brooks is fourth for the United Kingdom, and Jose Rosinski rounds off the top 5 for France. And going over to complete the first half of Group C, we go to Belgium at Spa-Francorchamps, and Andre Wicki takes the win. Carlos Salas is second for Mexico, Wolfgang von Trips third for West Germany, fourth is Tony Brooks for the United Kingdom, and Peter Ryan rounds off the top 5 for Canada, as Phil Hill finishes this race in 6th place. And so halfway into Group C, and leading the way it is Phil Hill with 180 points, with Carlos Salas in second with 130. In third is Wolfgang von Trips with 103. William Maurice is fourth with 93 points, which is one more than Andre Wicki, that rounds off the top 5 for Switzerland with 92, with Umberto Bini at the bottom of the board with 73 points. And going over to race number 9, we go to France, and Jose Rosinski's home race takes the win. Peter Ryan is second for Canada, William Maurice is third for Belgium, Tony Brooks is fourth for the United Kingdom, and Wolfgang von Trips rounds off the top 5 for West Germany, as Phil Hell finishes in 6th and Carlos Salas in 8th position. And now going over to race number 10, we go to Pikes Peak, and Jose Rosinski wins again for France, Andrzej Wecki second for Switzerland, Lex Davison is third for Australia, Phil Hell is fourth for the United States, and Wolfgang von Trips rounds off the top 5 for West Germany, as Carlos Salas finishes the race in 7th place. And race number 11, we go to the United Kingdom Aintree. Tony Brooks takes the race win, Lex Davison is second for Australia, Wolfgang von Trips is third for West Germany, fourth is Phil Hell for the United States, and Umberto Bini rounds off the top 5 as Carlos Salas finishes in 7th. And to complete the third quarter of Group C, we go over to the Nürburgring, West Germany, and Phil Hell takes the race win. Jose Rosinski is second for France, Tony Brooks is third for the United Kingdom, Pierre Ryan fourth for Canada, and Wolfgang von Trips rounds off the top 5 for West Germany as Carlos Salas finishes in 7th. So with 4 races left to go, Phil Hell does lead the way with 241 points, Carlos Salas is second with 165, Jose Rosinski is third with 156 points for France, fourth is Wolfgang von Trips with 152 points for West Germany, and Tony Brooks rounds off the top 5 for the United Kingdom with 148 points, with Umberto Bini bottom of the board with 105 points. Going over to race number 13, we head to Silverstone, and Phil Hell takes the win again, Lex Davison second for Australia, third is Wolfgang von Trips for West Germany, fourth is Tony Brooks, and Andrzej Wecki rounds off the top 5 for Switzerland, as Carlos Salas finishes at the bottom of the board in 10th place. Race number 14, we go to the 4 Hours of Pescara, and Andrzej Wecki takes the win for Switzerland, Phil Hell second for the United States, Wolfgang von Trips is third for West Germany, fourth is Jose Rosinski of France, and Peter Ryan rounds up the top 5 for Canada, with Carlos Salas finishing in 9th place. And race number 15, we go to Monza, and Lex Davison takes the win for Australia, Phil Hell second for the United States, third is Wolfgang von Trips of West Germany, fourth is Carlos Salas of Mexico, and Umberto Bini rounds off the top 5 for Italy. And for the final race of Group C, we head to Watkins Glen, where Andrzej Wecki takes the win for Switzerland, in second is Wolfgang von Trips of West Germany, third is Carlos Salas of Mexico, fourth is Pierre Ryan of Canada, and Umberto Bini rounds off the top 5 for Italy, as Phil Hell finishes in 7th. And the winner of Group C, it is Phil Hell with 315 points, with Wolfgang von Trips for West Germany taking second with 220 points, Carlos Salas is third for Mexico with 207, fourth is Andrzej Wecki for Switzerland with 204, fifth is Jose Rosinski of France with 198, sixth is Lex Davison with 194 for Australia, seventh is Tony Brooks for the United Kingdom with 184 points, 8th is Peter Ryan of Canada with 171, 9th is William Maurice of Belgium with 164 points, and Umberto Bini of Italy is bottom of the board with 143 points. So with only one group left to go, let's take a look at the championship standings. With just one group left to go, we can see Phil Hell has now taken the lead of the Interventional Championship by quite a margin over Jack Brabham in second. However, Australia still continue to lead the Nations Championship, with the gap now just 22 points over the United States, thanks to Phil Hell leapfrogging them out of last position. Sterling Moss continues to be in third, with the 2 West Germans of Herbert Lynch and Wolfgang von Trips hanging in the top 5 for West Germany. Without further ado, let's get into the 4th and final group. And here we go, it is the 4th and final group, Group D. And without further ado, let's get straight into the first race with the 12 Hours of Sebring, which is going to be won by Giancarlo Baghetti of Italy, with Dan Gurney second for the United States, Pierre Noblet third for Belgium, Hans Hermann fourth for West Germany, and Jim Clark for the United Kingdom to round off your top 5. Moving to race number 2, we go to Targa Floreal, and Pierre Noblet wins for Belgium, Jim Clark second for the United Kingdom, Michael May third for Switzerland, fourth Giancarlo Baghetti, and Bib Stelwell for Australia rounds off your top 5. And race number 3, we go to Monaco. Dan Gurney takes the win with Ludwig Heinrich second for Canada, Pedro Rodriguez third for Mexico, Hans Hermann fourth for West Germany, and Jean-Claude Magny rounds off the top 5 for France. And to complete the first quarter of Group D, we go to the Netherlands, and Pierre Noblet wins for Belgium, Ludwig Heinrich is second for Canada, Jean-Claude Magny is third for France, Pedro Rodriguez fourth for Mexico, and Bib Stelwell rounds up the top 5 for Australia. And so 4 races in, and leading the way it is Pierre Noblet with 72 points, with Dan Gurney second with 59 points, which is one more than Ludwig Heinrich in third with 58. Fourth is Giancarlo Baghetti for Italy with 55 points, and to round the top 5 is Jim Clark for the United Kingdom with 49 points, with Michael May from Switzerland bottom of the board with 37 points. On to race number 5, we head to the 1,000 kilometres of the Nürburgring. Dan Gurney takes the win, Giancarlo Baghetti is second, Jim Clark is third, Bib Stelwell fourth for Australia, and Pedro Rodriguez rounds off your top 5. And now moving with Ludwig Heinrich bottom of the board in 10th, as we go to race number 6, which is the Indy 500, with Dan Gurney taking the win, with Jean-Claude Magny second, Pierre Noblet third for Belgium, Pedro Rodriguez fourth for Mexico, and Jim Clark rounds off the top 5 for the United Kingdom, as Ludwig Heinrich is in 8th position. And moving over to race number 7, it's the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and Michael May takes the win for Switzerland, Hans Harman is second for West Germany, third is Pierre Noblet of Belgium, Bib Stelwell is fourth for Australia, and to round the top 5 is Jean-Claude Magny of France, as we've got Dan Gurney finishing bottom of the board in 10th, and Ludwig Heinrich in 8th. And to complete the first half of Group D, we go over to Belgium, and Michael May wins again, with Jim Clark second for the United Kingdom, Giancarlo Baghetti third for Italy, fourth is Bib Stelwell of Australia, and Hans Harman rounds off the top 5 for West Germany, as Dan Gurney is in 6th, and Ludwig Heinrich is bottom of the board in 10th. And so halfway into Group D, it is Dan Gurney leading with 125 points, with Pierre Noblet in second for Belgium with 120. Giancarlo Baghetti is third with 110 points. Fourth, Jim Clark with 106 points. And to round the top 5 is Michael May of Switzerland with 103 points, with Pedro Rodriguez of Mexico at the bottom of the board with 84 points. And now going to race number 9. In France, it's Jim Clark that takes the win. Dan Gurney is second for the United States. Hans Harman third for West Germany. Fourth is Bib Stelwell of Australia. And Pedro Rodriguez rounds off the top 5 for Mexico, as Pierre Noblet finishes in 9th position. As we go to race number 10, it is now at Pikes Peak, and Pierre Noblet takes the win. Jim Clark is second for the United Kingdom. Hans Harman third for West Germany. Fourth is Jean-Claude Magny, and Giancarlo Baghetti rounds off the top 5 as Dan Gurney finishes in 7th place. And race number 11, it is the United Kingdom in Aintree. Jim Clark takes the win. Bib Stelwell is second for Australia. Dan Gurney third for the United States. Ludwig Heinrich fourth for Canada. And Pedro Rodriguez rounds off the top 5 as Pierre Noblet finished in 7th place. And to complete the third quarter of Group D, we go over to West Germany Nürburgring, and Hans Harman wins his home race. Dan Gurney is second for the United States. Ludwig Heinrich third for Canada. Fourth is Pierre Noblet of Belgium. And to round the top 5 is Michael May of Switzerland. And so with 4 races left to go, leading the way it is still Dan Gurney with 190 points. Jim Clark is second with 183 points. Third is Pierre Noblet of Belgium with 174 points. Fourth is Hans Harman with 155 points. And to round the top 5 is Giancarlo Baghetti with 148 points, as Pedro Rodriguez is bottom of the board with 120 points. In race number 13, we go to Silverstone, and Giancarlo Baghetti takes the win, with Bib Stelwell second for Australia. Pedro Rodriguez is third for Mexico. Jim Clark fourth for the United Kingdom, and Ludwig Heinrich rounds off the top 5 for Canada, as Dan Gurney finishes bottom of the board in 10th place. In race number 14, we go to the 4 Hours of Pescara, and Dan Gurney takes the win. Michael May second for Switzerland. Hans Harman third for West Germany. Fourth is Ludwig Heinrich of Canada, and Jim Clark rounds off the top 5 for the United Kingdom. And for the penultimate race at Monza, and Giancarlo Baghetti wins his home race. Dan Gurney second for the United States. Michael May third for Switzerland. Jean-Claude Magny fourth for France, and Hans Harman rounds off the top 5 for West Germany, as Jim Clark finishes the race in 8th. And for the 16th final race at Watkins Glen in the United States, Ludwig Heinrich wins for Canada, Pedro Rodriguez second for Mexico, Dan Gurney third for the United States, fourth is Jean-Claude Magny of France, and Giancarlo Baghetti rounds off the top 5 for Italy, with Jim Clark finishing in 7th position. And the winner of Group D, it is Dan Gurney with 257 points, Jim Clark takes second with 224, Giancarlo Baghetti is third for Italy with 217 points, Pierre Noblet for Belgium takes fourth with 206 points, in fifth is Hans Harman of West Germany with 200, sixth Michael May of Switzerland with 190, seventh Ludwig Heinrich of Canada with 186 points, 8th is Bib Stillwell of Australia with 179 points. Jean-Claude Magny is 9th for France with 172 points. And bottom of Group D, it is Pedro Rodriguez of Mexico with 169 points. So with all 4 groups completed, now it's time to take a look at the standings and see who made the final and who are the drivers that will not be taking part in the final. With all 4 groups out of the way, we can see going into the final, Felhel will be the number 1 driver with a score of 315 points. Jack Brabham for Australia will be the number 2 driver for Australia, and Dan Gurney will be the number 3 driver going into the final. Thanks to Dan Gurney, the United States have finally taken the lead of the nations competition, with the United Kingdom just 3 points ahead of Australia, who sits in third with 852 points. Now let's take a look at the drivers that have made the final but did not make it into the top 24 positions. So here are the drivers outside the top 24 positions but have made the final 12 spots to the final. I'm surprised to see Gindebian, Trintian and AJ Foy all outside the top 24 positions. I'm also astounded to see all 4 Canadian drivers made the final, but all of them have failed to make the top 24 positions. And here are the 4 drivers who have failed to make the final. Pedro Rodriguez, I'm surprised to see down there. Richie Ginson, I thought he was going to be the runaway favourite in the first group, but no, he's ended up being 38th overall and ended up being eliminated, with William Reyes and Umberto Bini rounding off the 4 drivers that have failed to make the final. So with that result out of the way, let's now move over to the 1961 World Cup Final. And here we go, it is the 1961 World Cup Final, and because it's the final, let's take a look at our teams that have made it through. So we have all 10 teams that made it through with at least 1 driver. First up is Australia, with all 4 of their drivers, Jack Brabham who's 2nd, Paul Hawkins 8th, Lex Davison 21st, and Bib Stillwell 33rd. Next up is Belgium, they've got 3 drivers that made it through, Lucien Bianchi, Pierre Noblet, and Olivier Gindebian. They are 12th, 14th and 25th respectively. Followed up with Canada, they've got all 4 drivers that made it through, Ed Lavens, Ludwig Heimrich, Francis Bradley and Peter Ryan. They're 28th, 29th, 31st and 35th respectively. And then we've got France, they've got all 4 drivers that made it through, Jose Rosinski, Jean Gouchet, Maurice Trintian and Jean-Claude Magny. They are 19th, 26th, 27th and 34th. And then we have Italy, they've got 3 drivers made through, Giancarlo Baghetti, Vito Coco and Lorenzo Bandini. They are 9th, 16th and 32nd. Moving on, we've got Mexico, we've got 3 drivers made through, Fred Van Buren, Carlos Salas and Ricardo Rodriguez. They are 10th, 13th and 20th. And then we've got Switzerland, they've got all 4 drivers made through, Andre Wicki, Carl Foytek, Gaston Andre and Michael May. They are 15th, 18th, 23rd and in 24th. And then we've got the United Kingdom with all 4 drivers. They've got Sterling Moss, Jim Clark, Innes Ireland and Tony Brooks. They are going into this final in 4th, 6th, 11th and 30th. Followed up with the United States with 3 drivers made through, Phil Hill, Dan Gurney and AJ Foyt. They are 1st, 3rd and 36th. And finally, West Germany with all 4 drivers made through, Herbert Lynch, Wolfgang von Trips, Hans Hermann and Paul Ernst Strahel. They are 5th, 7th, 17th and 22nd. And without further ado, let's move swiftly on to the first race, the 12-hour Sebring, which is going to be won by Wolfgang von Trips. Sterling Moss is in 2nd, Paul Hawkins 3rd for Australia, Phil Hill 4th for the United States, Lorenzo Bandini 5th for Italy, 6th is Olivier Gindebian, Maurice Trintian 7th for France, 8th is Herbert Lynch, Michael May 9th for Switzerland, and Paul Ernst Strahel rounds up the top 10 for West Germany. And the higher ranked drivers, Jim Clark 32nd, Giancarlo Baghetti 24th, Jack Brabham 19th, Dan Gurney 18th, Fred Van Buren 17th. And that's it really. So we move over to race number 2. We go to Targa Floreal, which is going to be won by Fred Van Buren of Mexico, Bib Stillwell 7th for Australia, Wolfgang von Trips 3rd for West Germany, Innes Ireland 4th for the United Kingdom, Maurice Trintian 5th for France, 6th is Herbert Lynch of West Germany, Francis Bradley 7th for Canada, Ed Levens is 8th also for Canada, Jean-Claude Magny 9th, and Jose Rosinski for France rounds off the top 10. So we've got Paul Hawkins in 35th, Giancarlo Baghetti 31st, Phil Hill 25th, Jim Clark 21st, Jack Brabham 20th, Dan Gurney 17th, and Sterling Moss in 11th position. And race number 3, we go to Monaco, and Paul Hawkins of Australia takes the win. Giancarlo Baghetti second for Italy. Jim Clark third for the United Kingdom. Jack Brabham fourth for Australia. Jose Rosinski fifth for France. Sixth for South Ireland of the United Kingdom. Fred Van Buren seventh for Mexico. Sean Gucci eighth for France. Ninth is Dan Gurney of the United States. And Lex Davison rounds off the top 10 for Australia. As we can see, we've got Sterling Moss 31st. Wolfgang von Trips 23rd, Phil Hill 20th, Herbert Lynch 17th, and that's about it really. And to complete the first quarter of the final, we go to the Netherlands, and Phil Hill takes the win. Ludwig Heimerth is second for Canada, Pierre Ryan is third for Canada, Hans Harren fourth for West Germany, Paul Hawkins fifth for Australia, Carlos Salas is sixth for Mexico, Ricardo Rodriguez seventh for Mexico, Jose Rosinski eighth for France, Pierre Noblet ninth for Belgium, and Giancarlo Baghetti rounds off the top 10 as Dan Gurney finished last in 36. We've got Wolfgang von Trips 30th, Fred Van Buren 29th, Sterling Moss 26th, Jim Clark 25th, Herbert Lynch 24th, and Jack Brabham in 12th. So 4 races in, leading the way in this final is Paul Hawkins of Australia with 49 points, which is 8 more than second place Wolfgang von Trips with 41. Phil Hill is third with 38. 4th, Fred Van Buren with 34. In 5th, Giancarlo Baghetti of Italy with 26. And then a tie for 6th with Jose Rosinski and Sterling Moss, both with 25. And it's Ireland is 8th with 21. Ludwig Heimerth of Canada is 9th with 20. And it's 3-way tie for 10th, Pierre Ryan, Herbert Lynch and Hans Harren with 18 points each. And towards the bottom we've got 2 drivers with a minus score, Tony Brooks, who came into this final in 30th with minus 9, and Lucy Bianchi of Belgium came into this final in 12th with minus 4. And let's move swiftly on to race number 5. We head to the 1,000 kilometers of the Nürburgring, and Sterling Moss takes the win. Phil Hill is second. Ricardo Rodriguez is third for Mexico. Giancarlo Baghetti fourth for Italy. Jim Clark fifth for the United Kingdom. Maurice Trintignant is sixth. Pierre Noblet is seventh. Dan Gurney is eighth. Jose Rosinski is ninth, and Ellis Ireland rounds off the top 10. As we have got Fred Van Buren 32nd, Herbert Lynch 27th, Jack Brown 21st, Paul Hawkins 16th, Wolfgang von Trips in 13th position. Moving over to race number 6, we head to the Indy 500, and Phil Hill takes the win, with Jack Brown second for Australia, Hans Harren third for West Germany, Sterling Moss is fourth for the United Kingdom, Carl Foytek fifth for Switzerland, Maurice Trintignant sixth for France, Jim Clark seventh for the United Kingdom, Jean Gucci is eighth for France, ninth is Ed Levens of Canada, and Pierre Noblet rounds off your top 10. As we've got Dan Gurney finishing bottom in 36th, Giancarlo Baghetti is 35th. We have also got Herbert Lynch 23rd, Paul Hawkins 20th, Wolfgang von Trips is 14th, and Fred Van Buren in 12th position. And going to race number 7, we head to the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and Sterling Moss takes the win. Francis Bradley second for Canada, Phil Hill third for the United States, Dan Gurney fourth for the United States, Ed Levens is 5th, Sean Gucci for France is 6th, Ludwig Heimerth is 7th, Ricardo Rodriguez is 8th for Mexico, Paul Hawkins 9th for Australia, and Tony Brooks rounds off the top 10. As we've got Herbert Lynch finishing last in 36th, Wolfgang von Trips 34th, Jim Clark 33rd, Jack Brown 32nd, Fred Van Buren is 24th, Giancarlo Baghetti 21st, and that's everyone outside the top 10 worth noting as we head to race number 8 to complete the first half of the final, which is in Belgium, and Sterling Moss takes another win. Dan Gurney second for the United States, Ed Levens is third for Canada, Phil Hill fourth for the United States, Jose Rosinski fifth for France, sixth is Pierre Ryan of Canada, Jack Brown 7th for Australia, AJ Foyt 8th for the United States, 9th is Jean-Claude Magny of France, and Lucien Bianchi rounds off the top 10 for Belgium, as Herbert Lynch finishes last in 36th, Giancarlo Baghetti 35th, Fred Van Buren is 30th, Paul Hawkins 25th, Jim Clark in 13th, and Wolfgang von Trips 11th. So halfway into this final, and we look at the standings, leading the way, it is now Sterling Moss with only a 1-point lead over Phil Hill, 113 to 112. Paul Hawkins, a big drop down to third with 56 points. Fourth is Wolfgang von Trips of West Germany with 49 points. A tie for fifth between Maurice Trintignant and Jack Brabham with 46. In seventh is Jose Rosinski of France with 41. And then a 3-way tie for eighth, Ed Levens, Ricardo Rodriguez and Dan Gurney for Canada, Mexico and the United States respectively, all with 40 points. As we still got one driver with a minus score, that's Tony Brooks with minus 7 points. So without further ado, let's get into the second half of this final. Race number 9. We go to France and Phil Hill takes the win. Carlos Sainz is second for Mexico, Dan Gurney third for the United States, Olivier Gindebian fourth for Belgium, Fred Van Buren fifth for Mexico, Giancarlo Baghetti sixth for Italy. The two French drivers, we've got three French drivers, 7th, 8th and 9th, that's Brzezinski, Gucci and Magny, with Andrzej Wicki round off the top 10 for Switzerland. Starting off 32nd, Herbert Lynch 29th, Jim Clark 20th, Jack Brown 18th, Paul Hawkins is 17th, and Wolfgang von Trips in 11th. Race number 10, we go to Pikes Peak, and Phil Hill takes another win, with Pierre Noblet second for Belgium, Dan Gurney is third for the United States, Lex Davison is fourth for Australia, Pierre Ryan fifth for Canada, sixth is Wolfgang von Trips, Lucien Bianchi seventh for Belgium, Andrzej Wicki eighth for Switzerland, Jean-Claude Magny ninth for France, and Giancarlo Baghetti rounds off the top 10. Paul Hawkins 32nd, Sterling Moss 23rd, Jack Brown 22nd, Jim Clark 19th, Herbert Lynch 16th, and that's everyone worth noting that came to the top 10 in the final. Race number 11, we go to Aintree, the United Kingdom, and Dan Gurney takes the win for the United States for American 1-2, Phil Hill second, Ricardo Rodriguez third for Mexico, Lorenzo Bandini is fourth for Italy, Sterling Moss fifth for the United Kingdom, Bib Stillwell sixth for Australia, Fred Van Buren seventh for Mexico, Paul Arnstrahal is 8th for West Germany, Vito Coco 9th for Italy, and Herbert Lynch rounds off the top 10. As we got Wolfgang von Trips last in 36th, Jim Clark 35th, Jack Brown 22nd, Paul Hawkins 15th, and Giancarlo Baghetti in 14th. And to complete the third quarter of this final, we go to the Nürburgring in West Germany, and Wolfgang von Trips wins his home race, Jim Clark 7th for the United Kingdom, Dan Gurney 3rd for the United States, Carl Foytek 4th for Switzerland, 5th is Tony Brooks, 6th is Hans Hermann of West Germany, Gaston Andre 7th for Switzerland, 8th is Phil Hill of the United States, 9th is Sterling Moss, and Vito Coco rounds off the top 10 for Italy. We've got Herbert Lynch in 32nd, Fred Van Buren is 30th, Jack Brown 24th, Giancarlo Baghetti 15th, and Paul Hawkins in 12th. So 4 races left to go. Looking at the standings, it is Phil Hill taking the lead with 190 points, with Sterling Moss in second with only 131, Dan Gurney third with 113, fourth is Wolfgang von Trips with 85, fifth Paul Hawkins of Australia with 61, sixth is Fred Van Buren with 58, Ricardo Rodriguez 7th with 56, one more Jim Clark in 8th with 55, 9th is Giancarlo Baghetti of Italy with 52, and throughout the top 10, Jose Brzezinski of France with 50 points. And so going to the final 4 races, head to race number 13. It is Silverstone, and Sterling Moss takes the win. Phil Hill is second for the United States, Tony Brooks third for the United Kingdom, Giancarlo Baghetti fourth for Italy, Lucien Bianchi fifth, sixth is Jim Clark, Paul Arnstrahal of West Germany 7th, Lex Davison 8th for Australia, Dan Gurney 9th, and Jean-Claude Magny rounds off the top 10. Jack Brown finishing bottom of the board is 36th, Wolfgang von Trips is 29th, Fred Van Buren 28th, Paul Hawkins 21st, Herbert Lynch 18th, and that's everyone inside the top 10 going to the final worth noting. And race number 14, we go to the 4 Hours of Pescara. Hans Hermann takes the win, Jack Brown is second, Pierre Ryan third for Canada, Lex Davison fourth for Australia, Fred Van Buren fifth for Mexico, Olivier Gindebian sixth for Belgium, Ines Arndt 7th for the United Kingdom, 8th is Carlos Sainz of Mexico, Paul Arnstrahal 9th for West Germany, and Gaston Andre rounds off the top 10 for Switzerland. Herbert Lynch in 35th for West Germany, Sterling Moss 31st, Phil Hill 28th, Jim Clark 25th, Giancarlo Baghetti in 16th, Wolfgang von Trips 14th, 13th is Dan Gurney, and Paul Hawkins in 11th. And go to the penultimate race, we go to Monza. Jack Brown takes the win for Australia, Phil Hill 7th for the United States, Lex Davison 3rd for Australia, Pierre Noblet 4th for Belgium, Ines Arndt 5th for the United Kingdom, 6th is Wolfgang von Trips, Francis Bradley 7th for Canada, AJ Foyt 8th for the United States, Ludwig Heimer 9th, and Michael May rounds off the top 10 for Switzerland. Fred Van Buren finishing last in 36, Herbert Lynch 30th, Jim Clark 27th, Giancarlo Baghetti 23rd, Sterling Moss 16th, Dan Gurney 13th, and Paul Hawkins in 12th. And for the final race of the 1961 World Cup, we go to Watkins Glen, and Jack Brown takes the win there. Dan Gurney takes 2nd for the United States, Phil Hill 3rd for the United States, Howard Lynch is 4th, Ennis Arons 5th, Pierre Noblet 6th, Bib Stella 7th for Australia, Pierre Ryan 8th for Canada, Jean Gucci 9th for France, and Giancarlo Baghetti rounds off the top 10, as Jim Clark finishes 35th, Sterling Moss in 30th, Paul Hawkins 21st, and Wolfgang von Trips in 13th. And the driver that racked up the most points in this final is Phil Hill with 246 points. Sterling Moss is 2nd with 156 points. Dan Gurney 3rd for the United States with 146 points. 4th is Jack Brown with 112 points for Australia. 5th is Wolfgang von Trips with 100 points. Hans Harman outside the first top driver outside reaching 100 points is 5th for West Germany with 73 points, and then we have a tie for 7th between Giancarlo Baghetti and Pierre Noblet with 71 points. 9th is Paul Hawkins of Australia with 70. Rounding off the top 10 is Fred Van Buren of Mexico with 65. Carlos Salas of Mexico is 11th with 63. Jim Clark 12th with 62 points. 13th is Pierre Ryan of Canada with 61 points. Ricardo Rodriguez of Mexico is 14th with 56 points. And the tie for 15th between Lex Davidson and Ennis Ireland with 55 points each. Jose Brzezinski is 17th with 53. 18th Francis Bradley of Canada with 48. 19th Maurice Trintignant of France with 47. And throughout the top 20, Jean Gucci of France with 44 points. A tie for 21st between Ed Levens and Bib Stelwell with 42 points each. Followed by Ledrick of Canada in 23rd with 40 points. Next is Lorenzo Bandini of Italy with 39 points. Jean-Claude Magny and Olivier Debian tied for 25th with 30 points each. Then we've got Lucien Bianchi and Carl Foytig tying for 27th with 27 points each. 29th is Herbert Lynch of West Germany with 26 points. And throughout the top 30 is Paul Estrada of West Germany with 24 points. A tie for 31st between Gaston André and AJ Foyt with 21 points each, followed by André Wicki of Switzerland with 17 points. Tony Brooks is 34th with 16 points, and then tied for 35th is Vito Coco and Michael May with 12 points each. So with those results out of the way, now let's see who is the individual champion and who is the nation's champion. And here is the result after the final, and Phil Hill is the 1961 individual champion, with the United States taking the nation's championship as well. Dan Gurney finishing an impressive second position to make it a 1-2 position for the United States. Sterling Moss finishes a solid third. Jack Brabham, an amazing run for Australia on their debut season to be fourth, and Wolfgang von Trips rounds off the top 5, with the United Kingdom taking second in the nation's table, and Australia on their debut an impressive third position, only 13 points behind the United Kingdom, with West Germany taking fourth and Mexico rounding off the top 5 positions. And here are the drivers who finished the season outside the top 24 positions. AJ Foyt down in 36th position, Tony Brooks in 35th position. Really disappointing season for both of those drivers, as we probably would have expected them to do much better than taking the last 2 spots. Olivier Debian 29th, Lorenzo Bandini also pretty poor seasons on their standards. So with the 1962 season coming up, who will take the individual championship? Will it be another American driver? And can the United States defend the 1962 title? Well, we'll jump over there and find out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you over there.